Welcome back, Saber fans. Tony here from Ronin Sabers, and today I have a different type of video for you. If you're new to the channel, I do install, repair, and review these sabers, so please like, comment, and subscribe. I also have a website, roninsabers.com, where you can find my finished sabers and sound fonts. So if you're interested in that, definitely go check it out. So here we have a different type of video for you, like I mentioned just a second ago. Basically, I wanted to go through and kind of tell the story about the assembly video I have up on my YouTube channel. Now, since you guys kind of liked my storytelling of Planet Comic Con and telling that story and stuff, I wanted to kind of make sure to tell the story of this assembly video that happened. And I've got tons of comments about, how that exactly happened and how lucky in the school and want to go to that school, all that jazz. And although it's not the most popular video on my channel, I thought I'd go back in and tell the story of it and kind of react and kind of, comment on my thoughts and the story behind it. And so, let me set the scene for you. So it is 2019, in November, October going into November. I had just finished my first Neopixel lightsaber install. It took me a few months to learn everything. It was my senior year, and I was like, I'm gonna get this done. So I finished this in November. My friend Nick and I were hanging out, and we were messing around with it, and all that jazz. And, the months pass and whatnot, and it's my senior year. I was very excited about this, and want to see where this goes and stuff like that. And back then, Profi was 3.6, and it was just doing color changing and style modes where you can go through and cycle through those styles. It was very, very different times back then. And so what happens was I was going to school like a normal teenager or whatever at the time, senior, and basically, I was at lunch, and some of the student council or the representatives of student council came up to me and my friend, and they're like, "Hey, you have or you have lightsabers, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, actually, yeah." And they're like, "Well, and you know how to use them, right?" And I was like, "Of course." And they were like, "Well, can you do like a show for us or like choreography, a fight or something for like this prep rally we're having in February?" And this is at the time was about January when they mentioned it. So now it's turned to 2020, and this is pre shut down and all that jazz. And so we ended up going through and being like, oh yeah, and he's like, well, it's February 17th or whatever, and we're like, okay, got it. And so they asked us the 17th of January. I think it was the 17th. It was somewhere in the middle of January. And so I was like, yeah, let me ask some of my friends that have sabers as well, and we'll get it. Now, since I just built my first Neopixel lightsaber, I was ecstatic. I was like, the first time I'm going to use it is in front of thousands and thousands of people, and mind you, this high school is pretty big. It was, we have a Megatron in the Megatron, what is it called? A huge teleprompter thing in the center of the gym. We have like multiple layers of stairs and stuff, and you can kind of see it in the video. And so basically we had a month to choreograph, design, costumes, music, everything that we needed to perform that day. And normally, like the Star Wars guys in Revenge of the Sith, Anakin and Obi-Wan trained or Ewan McGregor trained for 3 weeks because he was shooting other things at the time and came in actually last minute to film all that stuff. And it was very interesting to kind of think about that as I was doing this. And so after high school, after my theater rehearsals and practices and stuff that I already had commitments to, after that, I would go to my friend's house and we choreograph and practice and stuff like that. And we're trying to get 4 people. Now, initially, it was me, my friend Nick, and my friend Colby, and all of us were really, really close friends, and all of us were like, yes, we're going to do this. The 4th person was always kind of up in the air. We weren't sure who it was going to be or if they were going to be able to, because other people that we invited to be that 4th person were not sure about their schedule, if they could do it, and, they had other commitments, much like we did, and so it was kind of up in the air forever. Eventually, one of my best friends, Luke, Luke Skywalker. Anyways, he ended up joining and last minute and added tons of stuff to his choreography with one of our guys, and it was a lot of fun. So without further ado, let's kind of go through the video and just kind of see it. So I have it pulled up and stuff, and I'll be reacting. Hopefully, you guys either have seen it or will be pulled up on here so you guys can see it as well. But just to give you my overall thoughts and kind of choreography. So I'll probably pause and stuff like that. So, so again, the music starts. Colby ignites his saber. It's crazy. So the lights go down, sorry, and everybody instantly starts like, what's happening, and starts, cheering, and I'm extremely nervous. I don't know why. I was full dressed up, Jedi gown, all that Jedi robe, all that jazz. And so, Colby ignites his saber, and then you can't really see my green, you can kind of see the green hue at first, and then me change it back to blue. I don't know if you can see it very well. They cut it very well. And then I turned my blue on when I entered the screen, and so it was very cool. And so we're waiting for certain cues. The way that we had designed it was that we had done certain music cues to do certain parts of the choreography. So we knew when, certain beats happened, that's when we were supposed to, like, fight each other. And so when it first starts, we just do like an Obi Annie type of thing. It's 4-3-7 or 4-3-1-2 is what we call it. And then Colby's lightsaber actually turned off, and then we turned it back on, which messed me up. And then we got it back. At that point, Nick turned on his saber, and Luke's running behind, and they both join. And so I'm fighting Nick here real quick, and so Luke does his acrobatic stuff. And me and Nick actually designed ours based off of Maul and Pre-Vizslas fight. So a lot of the hits and stuff are very similar, or meant to be very similar to that thing. I do this little flourish thing with my lightsaber. And so me and Nick are locking up, give him a shove. I do this weird thing with my saber, I like taunt him. I spin my saber and then wait for him to attack. And so, yeah, so now we get into the second half, where we both kill off each other's apprentices. So I kill off Nick, and then Colby kills off Luke. And so it's just me and Colby. Now, what I thought was really cool, we added last minute, was I go check up on Luke. Luke dies, and then Colby, as a Sith, kills his apprentice as like a failure, like just like the Sith would. And so then it's just me and Colby again. It's just the final two, the Master and the other Master, and we're pacing back and forth. And Jesus, my lightsaber is freaking bright. It's crazy in that video compared to the red one. You can't see the reflection. I love it because, I'll pause it real quick. I love it because there's a moment before me and Colby clash sabers for the last time in that video, and this guy screams, he goes, "Kill him! Kill the blue guy!" And then me and Colby, finish out the video. And so yeah, one thing we added was I wanted to grab, Luke's saber and start hitting him and doing that stuff, but I knew I couldn't fight extremely well with two sabers, so instantly it gets, like, cut in half, and then I start fighting him just with my normal saber again. And then we had an idea, Obi Annie spin. We had an idea about how to do that finale and do the Obi Annie spins and stuff. And my lockup didn't work that last time, which was kind of upsetting. And so this we also had kind of like not really planned very well, because we weren't sure how we were supposed to disarm me and then grab the lightsaber and stuff. And I actually thought about doing color change, or color change direct, so it changed to an unstable red, like he corrupted the crystal, and then kill me like he just did. And so it was very cool. Also, like, deciding that ending was very interesting. One thing that I don't think the school was realizing is that the bad guy was going to win, and that was a very different twist that a lot of teachers asked me about later, and were like, "Did you plan that, or was the school okay with that?" And we were like, the good guy always wins in most, scenarios like that, and so we wanted it to be, different. And so, of course, the bad guy won, and then with the lights coming back on from left to right on your screen, it would be Nick, Colby with the Revan costume, there's me with my makeshift Jedi robe, and then last but not least, the wonderful Luke. We didn't really know how to end it, because we couldn't just, like, kill him and then, like, people cheer and then we end. They just started standing up and cheering. So what we did was, we did an Obi Annie spin for the last thing, and kind of, like, bowed, and then that was kind of it. That's kind of what ends the video. And so you can hear Sam, who was the guy who recruited us for the video, be like, "Give it up for our Jedi Masters and Sith Lords." And so, but that's kind of it as the video. And then even after that, ironically after that, I didn't want to stay for the full thing, because, like, the assembly video was going to be after, and we wanted to change. And so what we ended up doing is we ended up going, and you can actually see in the video, sidetracked, there's a thing in the video, you can see when I'm knelt down and he has, like, the Dooku sabers on me, I'm breathing like crazy. You can see my shoulders going up and down, which is really funny, because it was a lot. It was, first off, wearing all those robes in a hot assembly with tons of people watching, it was very, like, intense. And so we went to change our clothes, but we ended up just leaving because it was one of the last days of school before, spring break or whatnot. And so we ended up just, leaving after that, and then we talked about it and all that jazz afterwards. And so it was just so cool, and I actually miss doing that stuff a lot. I haven't actually, clashed sabers with anybody else in a while, or choreographed something like that in a while, and that's where I say my strength is, not just building lightsabers, but, choreography and swinging the saber around. Speaking of, I do have some spinning videos and montages and stuff. Definitely worth checking out. Kind of fun to see the sabers and Neopixel in the dark swinging around. But just wanted to kind of share this story with you. I'm very honored. I felt like a complete rock star, you know, like my senior year being asked to do this. I just finished a Neopixel lightsaber, and I had no idea, you know, when I posted that video, we didn't have a lot of subscribers at all, you know, and I posted it just for fun. Like it's bad quality on the YouTube channel. I need to like re-upload it or something, and so I just absolutely love it. I watch it now and again, and I'm just like, I relive, you know, feeling like a rock star and the adrenaline and just, you know, wielding a saber in front of thousands and thousands of people. And so I hope you kind of enjoyed this review. It was kind of insight about how that video came to be and how that assembly video even was a thing. I'm, again, way more pleased than I should be to be a part of that and to have that ability, even in a school, to have that access, and for the administration to be like, yeah, go ahead and do this. We trust you. You can be safe, you know, all that jazz. I was very anxious about doing something like that. We ended up practicing in the gym for a while, right before the rehearsal, and making sure that the lights were okay. And we also tried to do, you know, some type of soft lighting so you could still see the sabers, but we could see each other, and it just didn't look very good, you know. And so there's a lot of things that were very last minute that end up making it very, very nice, you know. And so, yeah, for all of my friends that did it with me, I'm very pleased and happy that you guys, you know, came out and actually did this with me. It's a memory that I'm going to hold for forever, and I'm very happy that I was able to put on the channel, and I'm very happy that, you know, all you guys subscribers here are able to see it and comment it, and I've known that it's not a terribly popular video and it's kind of bad quality, but like I absolutely treasure that video. So yeah, that's kind of an insight and stuff. I kind of just ranted for a bit, just wanted to get this off my chest. I kind of wanted to tell you again the backstory of how this all happened, and kind of the timeline and stuff. Again, that was 2019, 2020, and it's been several years since then. So without, you know, any of that, I don't know how confident I would have been without it. And so, yeah. Thank you for watching this little review for it. I hope you enjoyed it. I plan to do more stuff like that in the future. If you want to see more lightsaber choreography, definitely let me know in the comments. Of course, have a wonderful day, and may the Force be with you.